everybody, I am Liz, and as y'all know, this end of the month for July we have two readathons, two really big readathons, and I am going to try my best to participate in both of them. So first up we have the biannual Bibliothon for the summer of 2017. This starts July 23rd and goes all the way to July 29th. And then we have the Booktube-a-thon, which happens July 24th all the way to July 30th. And both host video challenges and reading challenges. So here's going to be my TBR for this great 8 days of reading. I don't know how many video challenges I will actually accomplish, especially because I am drawing a complete blank for the Booktube-a-thon video challenges, but we'll see what I come up with as I still have a week of prep time. So first up off the bat, I'm going to go with the reading list and reading challenges for the Booktube-a-thon. And when I hold up a book, I will also tell you which challenge this book meets for the biannual Bibliothon, as I don't want to give myself 14 books to read in 8 days. It's not going to happen. I doubt I'll even get 7 books read in 8 days. The first book in the Booktube-a-thon reading challenge is a book with a person on the cover. For that, I have selected Perish by my friend and author Shannon Crane Camp. This is a paranormal series about a couple ghost hunters basically getting more than they can handle as they investigate a house. This book also signifies one of the challenges for the biannual Bibliothon, which is read a favorite genre from one of the hosts, and that is Red for Paranormal Fantasy, which many of the books I actually discovered that I picked in this reading list happen to be paranormal books. I guess I'm just in a paranormal kick as I don't read paranormal very often. The second reading challenge happens to be read a book that is hyped, and for that I have Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire, and this has definitely been very talked about in the past couple months, especially past year, and I'm very excited to read about it. It's basically a little bit of a fairy tale fantasy where children are done with their adventures in this fantasy land and have to come back to the real world and accept that their lives have fundamentally changed by their experiences in that real world. And this book also works for the LGBTQIA plus reads for the biannual Bibliothon, as there is asexuality and a few other things going on in this book. And the third challenge is to finish a book in 1 day. For that, I hope to accomplish that with Matilda by Roald Dahl. And this also works for the read a book to movie adaptation and then watch the movie and or TV show. I have watched the Matilda movie a lot growing up, but I've never actually read the book, and so I'm very excited to finally pick this book up. It is about a cute girl living in her family where she doesn't fit in because she loves to read, and I don't know if this is true for the book, but she has the magical powers in the movie. And the fourth reading challenge happens to be read a book with a character that is different from you, and with that I'm doing A Monster Calls novel by Patrick Ness, inspired by Saban Dowd and illustrated by Jim Kay. This takes place where there's a little boy and he has monsters that he's afraid of, and it's really about a growing up story, also the interactions with his mother and just growing up as a family. It's supposed to be this really cute kind of paranormal horror, like tug at your heartstrings story, and I've never actually read any Patrick Ness book, and so that is why I have decided to use this in my biannual Bibliothon throwback challenge as read an author you've never read before. And the fifth challenge happens to be a book that you finish and read completely outdoors. With that, I am going to read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, potentially the sequel, Through the Looking Glass as well. I just really want to read this because I tried doing an audiobook last year and it fell flat for me. So I just want to try my best at reading it in a nice, pleasant, warm setting. And this book actually does not hold any real requirement in the Biannual Bibliothon, although it does kind of count as a banned book, but it is not my selection for the banned books in the Biannual Bibliothon reading challenge list. And the 6th reading challenge for the Booktube-a-thon is to read a book that you bought because of the cover. For that, I have none other than the Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets Illustrated Edition. It is my goal to read this before the 3rd book comes out. And so this is a prime time for me to actually pick up the story and just read it and enjoy the illustrations. This book is what I have selected to read as my banned book for the Biannual Bibliothon, and I'm so stoked to actually dive into this for my 3rd reading of this story. And the last reading challenge, challenge number 7, is to read 7 books. And with that, I choose Mind the Gap. It is a graphic novel, volume 1 in the Intimate Strangers series. It is written by Jim McCann and several other authors and illustrators. I got this in my Stranger Things Lit Cube box, and I just really want to read it. I think it's finally time for me to pick it up. It happens to be this mystery novel with a paranormal twist where a girl is being hunted, but she can't remember anything, so now she has to figure out how to recover her memories and also escape from those that are trying to kill her. This also signifies my Biannual Bibliothon challenge of a book you've seen somewhere other than on Booktube. So there we have the 7 books I hope to finish in 1 week. They're all relatively small, which was the goal for me because I'm very, very busy, and I really am excited to see how many of these books I actually managed to finish. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments down below whether you are participating in either the Biannual Bibliothon or the Booktube-a-thon, and what reads you plan on reading during that fantastic readathon week. As always, I would love it for you to stick around on my channel by liking and subscribing to this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye!